Shut up and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome to a North Wales side-by-side video. I'm sat in the house, not long finished work, fire's almost gone out, and Seren's in his bed. We haven't locked him in yet, but he's curled up fast asleep. I was driving around tonight thinking, do you know what? I have not done a 2-year review on the GR Sport, because 6th of January I'd had the car 2 years and it's now the 27th. So I'm a little bit late making this video. I just thought I would do a quick review on what I thought after owning the car for 2 years, the good points and the bad points. I'm going to start on the bad points because there is only one thing I don't... No, to be honest, there's two things I don't like about the car. They're not a game changer for me, but they might be for you. The first one is because I'm actually quite a tall person and I've got long legs. Is the rear passenger legroom. In my seating position, and the same with Margaret's seating position, there's no space in the back for somebody to sit unless it's a small child. I'm not going to get 3 adults in the back of my car. That is an absolute definite. So that is, to me, it's not a problem because there's only ever me, Margaret, and the dog in the car, and the dog goes in his bed in the boot, which is his safe space, which is where he's always been, and he's happy in there and he's safe in there, and he doesn't come over the back seat, so I'm happy with Seren in the back of the car. The other point I don't like about it is the positioning of the 2 cup holders that are in the centre console. One of them you can use, but one of them you can't, because when you put the armrest down, you can't get a cup. Okay, that's a tin of beer, but most people have a cup that's about that size. And you can't get it out once you've put it in, so you've only realistically got 1 cup holder. So that is a downside. The other downside is, and it's a minor thing, there's only 1 USB port in the car. It would be nice to have 2. One to interact with the big screen in the middle for your sat nav, your music and that, and another one to charge another person's phone or an iPad or something like that for your passenger. That would be nice, but there are ways around that, and I have done that by linking into the 12-volt supply with USB adapters into a little unit that I use. So I've got 4 USB ports and I've got 2 12-volt outlets. So there are ways around that problem, but that lives in the cup holder that I can't use. So that's the cup holder sorted. So that's the bad points on the car. Now, the good points on the car. Firstly, I've got 44,500 miles on my particular GR Sport. 44,000 miles, and I've had one issue with the car. That was a 12-volt battery failing. And that's documented on the channel, the day it failed. I was having to put my jump pack on it to get the car to come alive. But other than that, that car's been faultless. Absolutely faultless. We did 2,400 miles when I did North Wales to Land's End to John O'Groats, the NC 500. We did 2,400 miles in 4 days. That was an amazing road trip. Me and my friend Danny did that. That was awesome. And we camped every night. All the gear, everything was in the car. If you've watched GR Sport, the movie, you'll see what we got up to. It was a good road trip. First road trip I did in the car was 5 days after I picked the car up. Me and my friend Stefan went up to a place in Lancashire called Barnes Alswick. We went to pick up a van for Stefan. So the car's done a lot of big road trips. It's done Barnes Alswick, it's done Land's End, John O'Groats, it's done the NC 500. Margaret and I went up to Harrogate in it on holiday last year. It's been to Cardiff. Oh, more. I don't know how many times have we been to Cardiff now. A good 4 or 5 times. We've been Liverpool, we've been Manchester, we've been to York in it. We've been everywhere in that car. And it's also my car for my business. I'm a courier driver. So I use that car from the day, I've used the car from the day I got it. It went straight to work. It gets a day off, 1 day off a week. Mondays is my day off. That car works 6 nights a week. Plus my personal running around. Plus the running around with Margaret while she wasn't driving. So the car does lots and lots of miles. It's used for everything. Carting around rubbish to the tip. Me and Margaret go out in it pretty much every day. We take Seren out for walks in it. We used to take Monty out for walks in it. It is used a phenomenal amount. It's worked really hard. So, other than a few little bad points, like I said, cup holder that's not usable for a cup, not enough USB ports, and me being a tall person, not enough room in the back for rear seat passengers. That's the only downside. The car is still a car I love walking up to. I love looking at it. It's got some gorgeous, gorgeous curves to it. It's a beautiful colour. I love the ash grey. I love the fact it's ash grey with bitone black roof. I adore the wheels. The wheels are... the car just looks stunning on them wheels. The interior, with it being black, doesn't show the dirt up. It's very easy to keep clean. It's a nice place to be. It's quiet. It's relatively economical. Even at this time in the winter where the temperatures are really cold, I'm still getting 50 plus to the gallon out of it. Take it on a run in the winter and you're going to see closer to 60. Take it on a run in the summer. Now that's a different story. You're going to be up in the 80s to the gallon easy. Even me running around now doing my courier work at night in the summer, I'm mid-60s. Because every time I go out to do a drop, I've got to go down a mountain. But to get back to base, I have to go up the mountain. So the car's really, really good when it comes to fuel. I can't knock it. It's an amazing, amazing car. Margaret and myself have just started talking about what do I replace it with, because I tend to change my cars at about the 2.5 year old mark when they're getting up to about 50,000 miles. But this GR Sport might be a little bit different. And it's going to be different for a reason. I don't want to commit to a new car just at the moment. Because if any of you follow the channel, you'll be aware I'm going in for some quite major wrist surgery in the next couple of weeks when I'm having a new wrist joint. Because yes, I should have my splint on. I've taken it off because I'm a little bit uncomfortable tonight. I've got no on the bone, and they're going to replace a big chunk of the ulnar bone, and they're going to put me a new wrist joint in. So I know I'm going in to have that done. So at the moment, I'm holding back on what I decide to go and buy next. I know one thing, it's going to be another Toyota. But I don't know what yet. Margaret, now this is funny. We were looking at cars the other day, and I've not prompted Margaret on this. She spotted a GR Yaris circuit pack, and we were in Lindops in Queensferry, and they've got a white GR circuit pack there, and we were having a look about it because Margaret said, "What about this two-door Yaris?" Because she knows nothing about cars. A car's just a car to Margaret. It gets her from A to B. So I said, "Well, let's go and have a look at it. I'll go and see if I can get the keys off the sales team." And Margaret got into the passenger seat, and she was like, "The door's open wider than your GR Sport. That's easier to get into." And she liked the seating position, and she liked the car. Now, I personally really do fancy a GR Yaris as my next car. But until I've had the wrist done, and I know where I'm going with the wrist joint and what it's going to be able to do and how strong it's going to be, I'm holding back. But being as Margaret likes the GR two-door, the Pucker homologation special Yaris, I like them. I will have one of them if the wrist surgery goes to plan, because I've always fancied a GR Yaris, a two-door. Always fancied one. And I think now is the time to actually commit to one after the surgeries. So you might, because I've had Margaret's approval basically, because she likes the car. She can get into it. It's easier for her to get in and out of. It's got bigger, wider opening doors than the four-door. And that means a lot to Margaret, that accessibility. Now, if she's happy with the car, oh yes, I'm happy to drive a GR Yaris. So, like I said, if that goes to plan, that's where I'm going, GR Yaris. It's still a Toyota, it's still a Yaris. Admittedly, it's not the GR Sport that you're all used to watching me make videos about and drive around that I'm reviewing at the moment, because I adore my GR Sport. I think it's an amazing car. And to anybody that's looking to buy one, please don't hesitate. Go and buy one, whether it's a 22, a 23, or even the new one, the 24 with the updated dash and the updated interior and the 130 brake engine. You will not be disappointed. To be honest, you will not be disappointed in any of the hybrid Yarises. They are stunningly nice cars to live with, stunningly nice cars to drive, and they are super reliable. And if you're doing your research and you come across the 12-volt battery problem, please buy a NOCO. Keep it in the boot just in case, but don't let that 12-volt battery problem put you off the car, because it's not an issue. Seriously not an issue. Again, there's videos on the channel to show you where to put the NOCO, where to put jump leads, whichever way you go. I've shown you how to put trickle chargers onto the battery so you can plug a motorcycle trickle charger on. There are ways around the problems, but don't let it put you off the car, because they are a stunning amazing, well put together and very, very reliable and economical car. So there's my 2-year review of my GR Sport, my ash grey bitone 44,500 mile GR Sport. I absolutely love it. Thanks for watching.